Hi everyone, delonewolf here. Welcome back to sisi, the test server for EVE Online, where CCP is holding another mass test for the Citadel expansion. This mass test should focus on performance, mostly the jumping through gates, so I guess I'll try to include the first jump here. But since it is bound to be one of the last mass tests we'll do before the expansion hits, I decided to jump in the Erebus and give a mass test a try in a Titan. The very first time that I fly one. Now I can't, I don't have enough skill points to grab the guns, so the hybrid guns for the Erebus. Let's jump here first, but for that reason I just went with some smart bombs and then a doomsday, which I do look forward to testing out when we do start a fight. But here we go, let's do our jump. First thing I notice, of course, is that we can still see all of the Citadel icons that are still hanging around here. We also get traffic control. A little touch of tie-dye was spotted right there, but yeah, pretty good, pretty smooth jump, I must say. In the last few mass tests, CCP has been trying to improve the performance and focusing on the server and the client so that everything runs smoothly. And so far on this one, yeah, does seem to have improved quite a little bit. If I'm not mistaken, we'll be fighting in Poitot, so let's see if we can spot that and preemptively align to it. But here we go, the entire fleet jumping through. I pushed this entire Erebus Titan here through the little gate and actually worked out, so that's pretty cool. But yeah, unfortunately there are so many Titans given out now, so many people are flying them. As you can see, they just keep coming through, that joining these particular mass tests in something like a battleship is just not a good idea, because you get destroyed in no time from all the doomsdays that are flying around. Yeah, we do have a little bit of tie-dye. We are at 89%, but it doesn't last too long, and local is up to 306. As expected, we have to align Poitot, so let's do that. And then, yeah, again, smart bombs. You can see the range right here. I could do some damage on some enemy ships, but it's not the idea to do this now during the test. We'll see if maybe I get attacked by fighters and things like that. Now, if I would fire my doomsday right in between all of this, it could do a lot of damage, but it is tempting, honestly, being in this huge ass ship here, especially when I was amongst the first to actually get on the gate. Everyone else was so small and puny. It's a special feeling. I must admit that you do feel just huge and very powerful compared to all the small stuff that you can see flying around there. Even the dreadnoughts and the carriers are nothing compared to these Titan ships. It's pretty cool, and a sight like this with all of these Titans now aligning towards Poitot is pretty damn cool. I think we had like around 400 people in FD joining for this short notice mass test, so not that bad, I must say. And yeah, but you can of course see it's completely dominated by capitals and super capitals. So at this point, so many toys and skill points have been given out that pretty much everyone is doing that. Let's take a look at the entire fleet warp here before I go myself. Stargate Poitot. Let's do a warp within 0 and just watch everyone take off here. It's pretty damn cool. Off they go. I should be aligned, so I should be warping pretty quickly. And we're actually leaving behind quite a few Titans, but here's the Leviathan in the same warp tunnel. Hey, watch the paint there. Smiril. But alright, everyone will of course now be landing on the gate at extremely close range, so let's see if we get bumped off or not. And this is of course Voltron forming here. That's just such a mass of ships and metal. Performance dips a little bit, but if you zoom out, we're still doing somewhat okay. 318 local, so a little bit less than the previous mass test where we had like around 500 people, I think. But yeah, still I think pretty good showing for this one. So now looks like I'm actually being bumped in the right direction as we're slowly approaching the Poitot gate and I'm in range, so I'm not going to worry too much, but if I have to, I'll just give an approach command to make sure that I do stay in range. But this is a pretty big mass of Titans, of course, as more ships keep landing from over there. All right. Oh, now we're actually going a bit further away, so let's just press approach, try and stay in range to jump in as soon as I can. Someone always wondered why Titans aren't seeded. Well, this is indeed the answer. They've just been given out a few Titans for everyone now, and this is the result you get. I would be surprised if there's 60, 70 Titans in total that are actually active on the server at the moment. It's yeah, pretty daunting sight. I'm still approaching this, so if we jump in here, should be good. And then over here, we do have some battleships here, pretty brave people. And then here we all have the capitals and super capitals also forming a nice little web, a ball of ships forming right here. And my PC is actually having a pretty hard time handling all of this. But the performance seems okay. Zoomed out, still get to 60 frames per second, so not too big a deal. And I'm, as always, in Fleet W, so let's see when we actually get the call to go through here. Yeah, all right. We are now at like 100 meters, so we're going to stop our approach. And then we'll see what happens next. Local 380 still. And yet more people landing as well. Maybe they're setting up sinos or something like that. Let's see if I missed that. Needs capacitor. Align, spotted enemy. Yeah, I'm not really seeing anything I could have jumped to, but maybe, of course, I'm looking in the wrong place. If that doesn't get broadcasted or something like that, well, we can always take the gate, so it's not a big deal. Client crashes everywhere. That's okay, that's interesting. To me, this still feels okay. Yep, still feels somewhat doable. Let's just wait. Maybe get ready for the jump to Poitot, but wait for my command. Okay. So obviously the second jump here. This is one thing that we may notice whenever we do these mass tests. I have the feeling that jumping into XBV is always smoother than jumping into Poitot, which we have to do right now. So I think it could be that you go on a different node or something like that when you jump to Poitot. I think there is a difference in the jump into XBV and the jump into Poitot. So if this one takes longer, that's not unexpected. We do see tie-dye forming here at 82%. We also have traffic control coming in. 400 people in locals, so people are coming through. And here is the difference, right? There was like a little bit of tie-dye before I got into the system. Here it clearly goes to like 70%, stays there for a little bit. This jump is slower than the jump into XBV. Tie-dye is showing up here once again. So I really do think that there's like a server difference here that is important for CCP. Now a little bit of a performance dip. I am officially in Poitot, but loading the grid here also always takes quite a little bit longer. You can see tie-dye kicking in now, 50% almost, so the server is having a really hard time jumping all of these people through. Although local, yeah, 400 already, so that's not bad. We are now on grid. And is that... No, that's someone else's keep stars. That's not the one we'll have to go through. But yeah, again, here you can see the sinos coming in, but tie-dye 38% left. So that means that yeah, the server is slowing down time substantially just to perform the jump here. Still, I hope, of course, that CCP gets all the necessary information from this. And as I've said, this is not strange or unexpected. The jump into Poitot is always a little bit harder than the jump into XBV. Still, that means I'm free to maybe start moving a little bit so that we can decloak this beauty. There she comes. Alright. I didn't put a skin on it, honestly. I was pretty late. Some of you may know that I also do have a pretty hectic schedule at work at the moment, so I'm trying to do my best to still join these mass tests, but it's not always easy. And let's see, can we spot the Citadel C, which is, oh, Fleet W warping? That's bound to be where we're supposed to head to. The one thing... Alright, let's just do an align 2. It's probably going to take a while anyways. As local is up to 432, which is actually quite a lot. Got a few people warping off. The grid still, yeah, somewhat loading. You can see the performance here when it comes to the client side. Not too stable. A little bit of jumping in the frames per second. When I'm zoomed out, it feels somewhat okay. But the server is struggling. At least the tie-dye is gone, so that's good. More titans coming in. And my aligning. Is completely in the other direction, so we'll see, we'll see. Keep in mind, of course, this is the test server, this is a mass test, so it's all about providing CCP with as much data as possible. And 450 people here, not that bad. I suspect around 400 people actually did the jump there, so that should give them some good information. Warp to the fleet beacons at Citadel C now, so that should be this one. But I'm going to do like a warp at 30 because I don't want to get caught straight. Oh no, someone took me and it's too late. I was aligned, so yeah, we'll land right in the thick of it. I'll try to move forward just a little bit, but especially if you're in a smaller ship, I would say up to a carrier, and you're warping in at 0 on these beacons, that's going to be quite painful. You can also warp directly to Citadel C, so those will be 3 warping points where you'll normally see ships start to gather up. I'm gonna try to move straight away, although a Titan is not the fastest. Oh, actually, I'm at 30. I'm at 20. Ooh, that's not bad, honestly, that's not bad. And over here we also have a Ragnarok that had the same idea, and he's actually already firing his Doomsday. Oh, weapons are free, so I can do that as well, which means that I can try and fire my Doomsday towards there as well. You know, that group here should be good. I'm doing the exact same thing as the Ragnarok right here. So now mine is loading, and the small fleet here at 0 on that beacon is my target. There comes mine. Right in the middle of that. That's that's not bad. That's pretty cool. So there we go. Let's see. Maybe dive down. I would say that probably makes sense. Try and make a little bit of speed if that is at all still possible. But yeah, there is my Doomsday firing straight to the fleet that warped on the beacon at 0. So that's pretty cool. I've got all of these kills rolling in here. All of these damage. Oh my god, this is really cool. This is not as powerful, I think, as the old Doomsdays, but this is definitely not bad. Okay, there are some extra shots being fired, but I think a lot of that is still friendly fire. We'll see if I actually... Oop, I'm getting muted now. Kill report available on a dreadnought as well. Holy crap. And that's a lot of capsules. I think the Ragnarok must have taken out quite a few sub-caps. And my shot has just cleaned up capsules left and right. And is that for me? Oh my god, I'm being targeted quite heavily by enemy doomsdays. They don't like what I just did here. Look at that. I'm going to melt in no time, but that's okay. This is a beautiful sight. So these are classical doomsdays, and I'm being hit quite a lot, including by Kaldari one, which looks pretty cool. So I definitely will not have the chance to fire off a second volley, but I got my doomsday off in this mass test here. I would say that this is pretty damn cool. I'm just going to go down if I can with the smart bombs, just in case I might be able to take a little bit of like a few fighters with me or something like that. But there we go. I'm being destroyed quite quickly, primaried by the enemy fleet as a dangerous Titan. But okay, I'm actually really cool with that because I've got quite a few kill mails. Capsule ejected. Let's try to dive. If I can still do that, that would be pretty cool. Just don't fire an AoE doomsday straight towards me, and then we could be okay. Let's hope that that I can. Just try to fly down. And yeah, this is what the battlefields look like now with all of these doomsdays firing. Of course, everyone received their titans, so it's all about them right now. If you're in a battleship, even in a carrier or a dreadnought, it's pretty tough to do much of anything in these mass tests. I'm AFK for a moment, checking data. All right, so maybe they'll ask us to do something else. We will see. But yeah, tie-dye is up. There's 380 people left, so we did clean up quite a few people. But this is pretty beautiful. All of these lances firing off towards these fleets, just basically cleaning up all of the small stuff. And of course, you also have the targeted doomsdays that make short work of a lot of the other ships. Look at that right there, one of the auxiliaries just being blown up as well. The citadel, I'm not seeing a lot coming from there, so let's just hope that I can keep diving down a little bit as yet another doomsday, Kaldari doomsday, is being fired here. If you like pretty lights though, yeah, then these mass tests are for you. Explosions everywhere. And this, well, it's not lag, honestly. Look, I still have 20 frames per second zoomed out. So, I mean, this is not completely unacceptable performance considering everything that's going on. Ooh, I'm being shot at in my capsule. That's not good. I'll be sent home. But yeah, it's not lag, right? It's just a tie-dye at 34%. I expect to die any moment here. So that will then, of course, be the end for the video then. But okay, honestly, this performance was pretty damn good. I hope that CCB got everything they needed from the jumps. And that's going to be it for this mass testing, guys, in a Titan. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you all next time.